Thank you, Mr Speaker, and while it's normal, and I do congratulate the member for having her bill drawn, it is not something, and I'll say it straight away, that we will, on this side of the House, the Labour Party will be supporting. I listened very carefully during the first speech that the member made, and I've also gone back and read it in Hansard, and there is nothing in there that convinces me that this is in the best interest of employees, and in fact employers. I listened very carefully to the member and her arguments around this. She talked about this doesn't impact on that power imbalance between employers and employees, and I cannot disagree more with that member. There is an absolute inherent power imbalance between employees and employers in an employment situation. The bill undermines and erodes the fundamental rights of workers, which we are strongly in opposition to. It creates a monumental risk for employees. It is something that there are no parameters on when an employer can negotiate an employee's exit. In fact, it takes that power imbalance and makes it stronger to the employer. Now, I understand that the member spoke about in her first reading speech around small businesses and how this is very much wanted, but the bill itself does not put a parameter around size. It doesn't talk about this being specifically for small businesses. It is not two-sided. It is very much putting that emphasis back onto the employer. The member talked about being maybe a way that negotiations could happen around exit payments. There's nothing that talks about minimum exit payments, nothing that talks about representation, nothing that talks about urgent access to mediation services, and as I say, it doesn't talk about being there for our smallest businesses. I see this as being a huge risk to employees. We see it as being a huge risk. It really emphasises that unequal power dynamic that exists in the employment situation, and therefore the Labour Party will not be supporting this bill.
Good.
Gee, short, sharp and sweet.
Yep.
Thank you, Jan. I think Jan summed up all of the concerns that both we have had and I think some pretty obvious flaws in the bill that most working people will feel.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok.